We're moving all kinds of cars around at my shop today, so I figured while everything's kind of yard sale, I'll walk you around a little bit, show you some of the stuff. You're gonna see a lot of different cars, so if you stay tuned, you'll probably see about 40 different cars here, at least. Quintessential muscle car, 70 Cuda, can't go wrong. Gone crazy purple. We painted that one and did a ton of mechanical, interior, everything to it. Just give you a quick walk. Kind of a stock restoration. This was a cool little barn find I found for my son. It's a 64 original SS Chevelle 4-speed car. Had the original white paint. We're just starting to work on it. He's actually been working on it. Just turned 16, but he'll be getting his license in about a week. Thinking of going like a slate gray, maybe marina blue. Amazing. Mostly stock, right? Anything that's not stock, the stuff we did, the kid needs a stop, he needs a good carb, he needs to not overheat. I like to work on a little bit of everything in the muscle range. So I think you'll see one classic next to me that's older, but we do Ford, Chevy, Buick, Olds, Mopar. This is a 64 Ranchero. It's been in the gentleman's family forever. We did a lot of different stuff like putting a Mustang scoop and a Mustang nose on it. It's actually getting a Mustang dash. And then in the back, we smoothed out a few things here. The exhaust tips are actually gonna come out here and a billet deal there. And then the flush metal license plate. This is a little 54 Chev. The guy bought this car. We're just doing some regular stuff to it. We did a wheels upgrade. We've got our rings and caps that are gonna go on there. Did a little bit of touch up on a few things, got all the instruments working, aluminum radiator and electric fan, stuff that's gonna make the car drivable. A lot of people will come to us with a car that they just bought, hoping to just do a few things to it, and a lot of times that's the case. A lot of times they'll buy something and have to do a ton to it. So many people don't know what to look for when they buy a car, so I've got a free tips down below. You can download that to help you make sure you're buying the right car and not getting duped. Some of these I'll do a quick hood open. I'll try not to bore you by going too long. Sometimes apparently I won't know how to open a hood, which makes me look like a schmo. I told you, I'm mostly muscle cars, but it's got a muscle engine, so it's a muscle car to me. Another prime example of a car that somebody bought and had us do a ton of stuff to it. He came in with drum brakes. We did 4-wheel Wilwood brakes, so we got nice 6 pistons up front, 4 pistons in the back. We just did the hideaway lights, because if you've ever owned a Camaro, these things never work. This one's nothing fancy, but it's getting there, right? A lot of people just start with a car and then they slowly do stuff over time, right? So we did a nice steering box, power brakes, we talked about disc brakes, got stuff working, fixed leaks. Round one, right? That's where you start. Not everybody has to do a full resto. Sometimes you can just start with something and then continue to roll with it over time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Speaking of Rome not being built in a day, this Mustang ran great and then didn't. And it ran great and then didn't. It's got a Holley Sniper on it. I do a video series on the Sniper, and actually I usually like it. The Sniper 2 is way better. But we're testing fuel, testing all kinds of stuff. This car has been giving us fits. We've been working with Holley, who unfortunately, I hate to admit, on this one has been a little slow getting back to us. So this one is a little dusty. That's what happens too. We're freeway visible. There's a lot of action out here, so we get a lot of dust on our cars. Black cars are gonna be the dirtiest, and we don't clean them until we're done, so we're not digging all that grease in. 58 Impala. Just did power windows, new carb, electronic ignition conversion. 70 Chevelle. What did I tell you about black cars? Dirty. Twin turbo setup, custom built motor, about 1,000 horse as you'd expect. So we know a couple of different people that worked on this car, and now we're doing a bunch of stuff for this car. A lot of times we inherit other people's headaches. This one is a Skylark. Pretty unassuming. It's a buddy of mine's car out of the Bay Area. He's had it forever. Apparently, it's like a quiz opening all these different hoods on these cars. After all these years, I should know where every single hood release is. And apparently I do not. This is the most common thing I do. Take out the old, put in an LS platform. We almost always do a brand new crate motor. 495 horsepower, 15 to 20 miles a gallon. Totally reliable. Close the hood. Doesn't really look like a custom car. You could just enjoy, right? This will be a city daily driver. GTX, another plum crazy purple. And a lot of the stuff you'll see we'll do is high horsepower. To me, some of you guys are 2,000 horsepower guys. I'm not, but 800 to 1,000. This car's a 540. Still doing some assembly on it. 67 Camaro just got painted. We just did the Wilwood brake upgrade like you'll see on so many of our builds. Rear Wilwoods. Peek underneath the back and you see a Speed Tech torque arm suspension with a 4.9 inch. So yes, I do know how to open a Camaro hood. Small block. That's actually a 327 with aluminum heads. Hydroboost again. Quick fuel carb, just the goodies to go. Actually gonna do a test drive video in this car because this car is ready to go home. So that'll be another video feature if you guys like to do the ride-alongs and kind of see how these cars run. Now this guy's another story. I met him. He had been burned by a couple shops. He was very frustrated. Had a nice car, didn't have a lot of nice work done to it. Good parts, poor workmanship. So we brought him off the edge. He was on the cliff, ready to jump. He wanted out of the car. He brought it to us to get it running right, and I got him running right, did some sensible upgrades, and he loves the car. He was just telling me he drove it up 100 miles, 150 miles each way to Hot August Nights to Reno just this last summer, so he is in love with the car now. Same thing, Hydroboost, aluminum radiator, vintage air, and those Wilwood brakes. Stopping is important. Stance is important. Opening the hood apparently is important. And I know where this one is. Again with the LS, this is a 66 Nova LS3 495 crate, Hydroboost, TCI front frame, and this has a TCI torque arm rear suspension in it, so it really gets phenomenal traction. I'm waiting on my forge line wheels, so these are a couple of Weld Racing wheels. You can tell they're mismatched if you look at the barn pine Chevelle across the yard. It actually has the other pair. Getting custom interior. We have the business seat in there. The driver's seat's all I need right now, so I'm shaking it down. Take you inside the shop, show you a few things. T8 Firebird, full resto we did. I'll try to walk through for you guys pretty quick now and just give you a recap. 5-speed, really nice motor, gorgeous paint. You'll see the same brakes, aluminum radiator, all that same stuff. I'll open the hood as I go quick because some of you guys like different types of cars and we want to see if I know how to open a hood. Nice pulley system, aluminum headed motor, right? Everything's going to be roller cam aluminum heads. Behind you, we've got a Blazer just came in. That's going to get a full revamp LS 6L80 modified transfer case. 69 Camaro that we built a few years ago, and now we're redoing some stuff too. We went from a big block to an LS. He's sitting on mini tubs, 4G auto wheels. We like to use this motor from Wagner. It's 1,000 horse. It actually is 1097 on this one. 427 cubic inch LS, Whipple powered. Watch for some of these cars. You'll see videos on when we're doing test drives, shakedowns, etc. So if you're into this type of stuff, let us know in the comments what you like to see. The dude just bought this Cutlass. Bought it for 13 grand as it sits. I'm amazed. We're just doing a radiator upgrade so we can drive our hot heat. GTO project there. Some lines actually LeMans, but they'll have enough horsepower. I actually found this car in a field years ago. 72 Bird on air ride. Really clean Mustang over here. Another Mustang in the queue. So I'm going to walk you through kind of the rest of the shop. Cars are getting worked on. Cars are sitting for various reasons. Normally you're just waiting your phase in the queue, right? This truck is 99% done. Much like that 54 Chevy out front, it doesn't have its cap filler done. Big old tuna boat. It'll get all modernized. What's the right way to do a car? It depends on the car, depends on their budget, depends on timing. This one is all new underneath. You see all the brakes, the suspension, the frame's already done, the motor's in it, and then it'll get painted. This is one of my favorites, 70 Challenger convertible, 707 horse. Mini tub, cantilever suspension, you can't tell. This is kind of where the bad boys come to sit for a minute. There's a Coyote for another project. Another Whipple charge. This is a Nelson for a 78 TransAm project. 68 Camaro. Got a Tiger cage in it. Mini tub with forge lines. This one's about to come out of hiding and get its body work done. Supercharged LS. Supercharged LS. Nova Wagon's waiting for an LS and a Roadster shop chassis. Big old Blazer. The Jimmy, for those of you that want to be correct, since it's a GMC. Let's go see what's over here. Shop and mechanical shop. 67 Chevelle, 78 TransAm with an E-Rod. For California people, that's how fast long to get an LS legal, California legal motor. Another car with an LS. Doing new seat covers here for the TransAm. If your seats are whooped, get some foams and some covers. Step one, right? You want to be comfortable. 67 GTO. This one is a real GTO. Actually, it was a tri-power car, but not 100% original anymore. Badass 70 Chevelle convertible. My 69. Nobody pays me to work on my car, so it's in the queue. 69 Camaro. Trying to get some interior done. 70 Chevelle. That's a full build. You can see what tires are going to go on this Chevelle. You saw a little green cab for a C10 truck in the prep area. That goes on this. This is a Roth speed chassis, full independent rear, all C5 Corvette spindle design. It's going to be an autocross truck. 59 Camaro. I'm a Camaro guy. Sorry. For those of you that don't love them, I do. LS3 again. That's the 525 GM Freights. Another one of those 1100 horse motors I was talking to you about. Badass box right now for another truck. Buying the right car is really where it all starts. So check out the link below and you can download a free buyer's guide that I put together that really breaks down what you should be looking for in terms of good and bad to make sure you buy the right car.